There we are. We overslept the countdown.
Kinda missed the countdown, but yeah, we're getting ready.
Louder than before?
You think?
I don't know.
I didn't change anything.
All right. I think it's okay.
Maybe your ears are getting better after this one energy drink.
Finally starting to kick in.
Yeah. Two juggernauts of European Warcraft are colliding here. Winner bracket final of Group A. I'm gonna show the bracket to you real quick. Yeah, it's not... Okay, I fucked something up. I don't know why, but maybe I just have to refresh. Nope. Okay, I'm still new to this, guys.
Well, if we don't have the perfect visuals yet, you have of course been following the stream because you're great Warcraft fans, and you witnessed that Hawk defeated Shaddai 2-1 and Warchief defeated Thomas G 2-0. So now we're in the winner's final. So right now, with this best of 3, the winner will be the first one to get into the playoffs. He is not qualified for a WCA main event, guys. We're not there yet, but they are in the playoffs here for the European qualifier. And they are one step closer. And this is the expected result. We expected Rich to be winning it. We expected Hawk to be winning it. But now, who's going to be the next one? Who is stronger currently?
That is the big question that we are about to answer here. So once again, a little introduction for the two players that we have here.
And yeah, as Neo just mentioned, they are the Mr. and Mrs. Jera Cup. And here we have the Mr. There we go.
This is Hawk.
And the Mrs. Sorry. Yeah. Excuse me.
From Russia, of course, participated in WCA 2014 and 15 as well. He qualified twice. Will he do the hat trick? This actually goes for both players. WarchiefRich, first appearance and an offline event, was also WCA 2014. You see it here. These two collided, actually, in a Jera Cup final not too long ago. This was Jera Cup, what was it, 70. WarchiefRich versus Hawk. It was a very, very close 3-2 situation. Hawk won it in the end. Will Warchief overcome the odds this time? There we see him once again. A little younger. He changed quite a bit since we saw him first in 2014.
Which is a shame, honestly. The sweet old D'Artagnan look.
The D'Artagnan look is gone. He matured a little. And yeah, let's not waste any time. Let's go. Oops.
He is no longer Robot Rich. It's not a Demon Hunter Panda all the time. We mentioned it before. And we can see it, proof, right here on Echo Isles, because it is the Warden. Lolite introduced the lady, the keeper of prisoners, to the world, and how you can really make her shine and make her look kind of broken at points, honestly. And we have the Warden here for Warchief as well. A hero that is very map dependent. You have to be able to get her quickly to level 3. Ideally, even easily to level 4 and 5. That might not be too easily done here, but level 3 certainly easily accomplishable on Echo Isles. But already Hawk trying to make this harder for the Night Elf, as the peasant is here to harass and I imagine also get the Shadow Priest. And he gets him. Is he? No, he doesn't have the resources right now.
And he's supply stuck as well.
Oh, he is.
It's a little mistake, and Warchief gets it. This was, I think, not the game plan, but he went up to 24 food pretty convincingly, so maybe he didn't want to get it. This would be a rare equation of that. So, yeah, he can't really contest anything. He can't steal anything with the peasant. So this is an easy level 2 for the Warden, and Talisman of Evasion it is.
Yeah, that's a bad one. You can get Claws +9, you can get Pendant of Energy, you can get Boots of Speed, all great. The Talisman, certainly not. And the Archmage on the other side, Boots of Speed, there we go. And he will love this, because the Warden, what she likes to do in the early game is Shadow Strike the Archmage and click on the Archmage. And with the Boots of Speed, he's gonna have a much easier time.
That's true. Can run away then from the Warden, and the Wisp coming in to scout, looking at the items, and he will think, ah, damn, it's not that easy anymore. But Echo Isles is one of the best Warden maps there is, and the question is, how far can he progress to level 3? 2.5 already. Echo Isles, one of the best level 3 maps there is. Will he counter-expand this, or will he push this? This is the big question, I think, in this game.
This is something we also saw in Lolliot, WCA China vs. Korea clan war. He delayed his expansion by so much, like seriously so much. He went for second hero and mercenaries first instead of the expansion, but not for Rich.
Okay, here we go. Level 3 for the Warden it is. And the expansion is even faster than the human expansion. This is usually not how things work in human versus Night Elf. But okay, this blind counter expansion was something that Jos mentioned already at Gamescom last year. And he tried to punish it with a tower push, and it failed.
No. He did it twice, and one time I think it worked really well, the other time it didn't. He faked a tower push and then harassed with only militia, expanded, but this is a different game now. It seems like the early game is working really well for Rich.
Looking good, he gets the Berserker, that is additional experience. Oh, it is not! Hawk with a nice deny with his footman. So, yeah, you can see that these two players are definitely on top of the European Warcraft game at the moment. Warden staffing. Where should she go? Oh, home. Just healing up a bit.
And is Hawk gonna be in time to cancel the expansion? That is the big question. He has 6 footmen here. That's a lot of damage output. This might be close. The Warden, can she buy some more time?
The good thing is that the good thing for Rich is that Hawk lost the Berserker. That is a lot of damage output. And that's actually a key moment in the early game at the moment, not having this Berserker by his side.
That is probably exactly what he was trying to do. Get rid of the Berserker, that's a lot of damage output. He has 2 Shadow Priests now, so the other big source of damage is of course the Water Elemental. He can easily get rid of those. So yeah, looking very well for Rich early on, I would say.
He has the boots now on the lady as well, the Archmage on the horse. What can he accomplish with his footman and the Water Elementals? Of course he's also level 3. The Town Hall will not go down. First Shadow Strike on level 2. And 2 mercenaries here to dispel the Water Elementals, but I think the mana is not high anymore. He goes he goes for the hunt on the Shadow Priest. That is not an easy life, but nice little micro from Hawk. And he denies it.
Well done, man.
And this is one of the most important parts in this matchup, man, keeping the Warden low. And he had 2 big denies already with the Shadow Priest and the Berserker.
Getting more and more pickoffs though regardless. 3.5 for the Warden, has 1 more Shadow Strike right now and 1 after that shortly. Going for the AM. Don't know about this choice. I guess his thinking is there's no Shadow Priest right now, so every bit of damage I can put onto the old man is gonna be worth it. Staffing home again, healing up again, but I think slowly but surely these moonwells should be dry, and yeah, at least these 2 certainly are. But everything is so quick for Warchief, man. Expansion, so quick. Tech, so quick. And he's not too far away from level 4 either.
Exactly. Welcome to Night Elf, would some people say now, I guess. Hawk going for the Magi here. Okay, interesting creep spot now to take. How far is this tech? Oh, just started. This is going to be a hard game for him. The Warden wants to get more experience going for the gamble on the Nightcrawler. This could be a Tome of Experience, guys. And then almost level 4. Nope, it is a Tome of Intelligence. A little more mana is never wrong, but this buys Hawk the time. He's not going for the harass, and so he can get the Ogre Magi.
Okay, that's nice, but is that the most efficient usage of his time? This is such a difficult spot in the early game against the Night Elf. Like, this Warden is just so hard to contest. The Shadow Strike early on against these small armies where you can pick off 1 unit after the other. It's so hard to decide what to do. He's going towards the main now, but the footmen, they're all so hurt.
But there's no fan of knives, I feel. Only fan of Shadow Strike.
I think he didn't skill probably at the second point. Of course, he's not going to use level 1 fan of knives, most likely. There we go, Shadow Strike again. There's not going to be a deny this time. And the Warden is chasing on. I think 1 more kill will be the level 4 for her, and she has 1 more Shadow Strike available. There we go, boom! Pretty much perfectly lining up for his level 4. And Hawk has to run, and again, this is not the most efficient usage of his time.
He's not dealing any damage, but he's not taking too much damage as well. Only now on his Archmage.
But I think he has to be dealing damage. I think if he's just even, it's not good for him. He is gonna have the tech disadvantage. He needs to have some other advantage.
This is a blacksmith, by the way, for mortar teams later, but it's quite early, I'd say. Oh, it's okay, I think. 4 mortar teams, which will be the main damage dealer later for the human army. This game, this constellation, we've seen it in the WCA Pro Qualifier 2015 between Hawk and Rudin. This was one of the best games of last year. Will this come close? So far, things are okay for Warchief. The progress on the Warden is really visible, and also on this with this 6 o'clock creep camp, Hawk really has to get the last hit here, I feel, to keep the Warden down. His last hits were good in denying. Nice little Wen of the Wind, Wen of Mana Stealing being used.
But still. She gets the experience here, getting close to level 5, I guess level 4.5. After this, already more than 4.5. Of course, getting extra experience from being solo hero. And I think if she takes the Murlocs, then she's gonna be almost level 5 and then level 3. Fan of Knives. Most likely is what we're gonna be seeing. Stealing one of the scrolls as well, because Neo, actually, we're really late to mention this, but there's a specialty on this move.
Yeah, if you're new to Warcraft 3, there's exactly 2 specialties here. The one and the most important thing is, there's only 1 shop. So, Remo, shop control is really important. You want the Invo Potions, you want the heal scrolls, you have to face area of effect on both sides. On the one side you have the Warden with the Fan of Knives, on the other side you have mortar teams who deal nice little splash damage. Stormbolt. Of course, with the Mountain King, things get a little easier.
Surround?
So, nah, not really.
Almost. He's creeping simultaneously with his Ancient of War in the bottom left.
There was a big creep.
5.
Ring of Regeneration, but level 5 is the big thing. Yeah. Is this a Tomb of training now? Immediately, so. He has all the gold in the world.
Huh? Drive by. Looked at the menu, didn't like it.
So, the Mountain King needs levels now.
And this is one of the big issues here on Echo Isles for Human. One of them being there's no shredder, so you can't get mass lumber quickly, so you can't
see
get
it. Yeah, up to 100 lumber.
It's always the same on Echo. So if you want to go for the 70, 80 supply, it's going to take a long time, because mostly you have to wait for all that lumber to be coming in. And Richman already sitting at 1.5k master training is coming in, and I think right now we just saw the tome. Possibly he was just at the shop. And he's looking for an engagement. This is exactly what Loliot does all the time. Ah, you're looking for some 70, 80 supply push? Well, I want to fight now. I want to have an engagement now. Mostly, he wants experience.
Yeah. And, of course, level 6, the Avatar of Vengeance, one of the best ultimates in the world of Warcraft. So, yeah, the good thing for Hawk is now Warchief can't really deal with the buildings, so he can't attack the main base or the expansion. But the threat is losing too many peasants. With or against Fan of Knives. Now he has 2 bears, also known as siege bears, and 2 1 upgrades already as well.
Investing heavily into the late game. And so far, this is a perfect game for Warchief. Has he ever been in a difficult spot this game?
No.
I don't think so.
Another thing we saw of Warchief was an early transition into this one, Chimera Roost. I was expecting this in the Jera Cup final a few weeks ago. These were the units that brought him the victory. Mass magic damage, flying units, because the big threat are mortar teams. You can't really reach them with bears, maybe with dryads, but of course they get shred to pieces if you're not careful enough. With chimeras, you have the counter to mortar teams. You would just melt through the army.
Yeah. And usually the Warden also very good against the mortar teams, blinks in, Fan of Knives, and then you have to deal with that. But that's not going to be the only threat to the mortar team. There's also going to be the Chimeras, as you said. And with 2-0 upgrades, maybe soon 3-0 upgrades, the mortar teams are just going to explode.
Well, Nightcrawler once again, ton of experience up for grabs, possibly. Nope. It is not. Warden is scouting for the human. The Mountain King is only level 1 and there's no creep spot left except this one. Warchief knows about this. He was scouting for it. Invis Archmage.
That's pretty cool.
Bought the items. That is really good for Hawk. Invo Potion, double heal scroll on this one. Okay, he has nothing, but that's okay. Is he going for tier 3? He's going Griffin Aviaries. He knows about the transition of the Chief and he wants to go Dragon Hawks against this.
Alright, and in theory, obviously, that works great. If they don't die to the focus fire of the Dryads, this should be working out well, and another Chimroost coming out.
It has been scouted.
Yeah.
With a Passant.
Yeah, he expects it anyways, otherwise there would be no reason for the Dragon Hawks. Double level up here and TP out, he is so afraid. But those were 2 important levels, mostly level 4 for the AM, the second level in the Brilliance Aura. Very crucial for the caster army.
So another thing is here, Warchief is slot starved. He can't really get more items because he has no second hero. And buying a panda now, or whatever second hero you would like to choose,
I think you should.
You can't really get him up. Yeah, okay, yeah. You can sell some stuff, yeah. But getting a second hero is not really possible anymore because level 1, what do? You get Stormbolted to death most likely. It's only level 1.
Especially before he's level 6. I really don't think he wants to split the experience anymore. Oh, this is so cool from Warchief. Usually down here, this is the perfect position where human likes to fight, this narrow choke, and he's just slowly gonna eat all the trees away. So no more choke for you. He is gonna be making a lot of space.
Oh, Dispel on the Archmage,
no
but
TP.
he didn't capitalize on it. But how smart!
There was a sentry ward there to reveal the Archmage.
Okay, then it's not so smart.
Then just expired. No Shadow Strike anymore for the Warden, so she couldn't chase that. I think the big story is, can the Dragonhawks win the fight? Is he even getting to? Is he even producing chimeras, seeing these Dragonhawks?
Hawk is scouting for this as well. There's one. But he's... For Warchief timing, this is fairly late.
Yeah, he wasn't forced to get him though. He was like, oh, you're not going to be hitting me soon. I see your army, it's really small. There's no threat yet, and there's the tier 3. Very early on in the cast, I mentioned this. Infi kind of brought this into the meta game, going to tier 3 with master casters and maybe a few knights here and there poured in as well. But usually you really want some good heroes to accompany this. And the MK only level 2, the Archmage level 4, that's pretty good. But you also want a Paladin, and if he gets the Paladin, there's basically no more creeps left here.
Exactly. Oh, Invis Dragonhawks, this is nice. So they can't get really caught. And this is Yumiko style. Hawk and Yumiko, they're pretty much alike in play style, I think. So there's definitely some similarities. And I think Hawk is adjusting a lot from Yumiko. And this is exactly what he does. Building towers in the middle of the map or wherever you want to. And if you have nothing else to do, upgrade them so you always have a sweet spot to fall behind if you are losing a fight or want a better position or something. This is really smart. And he has 3 heal scrolls now, getting the 4th one, add 2 invo potions. This is a very, very good inventory for Hawk.
Yeah, and this is where the single hero really starts to hurt you. When it comes to big army collisions, there's going to be so much value from these heal scrolls, so much healing provided. And of course, the only heal scroll available for the Warden.
6 food for Warchief, 80 for Hawk.
Oh, he really wants to break this. He really doesn't want to give Hawk the time to establish a fortified position. The towers will be up soon. Does he have to commit? This is a tough decision for Warchief right now. Oh, he has no blink, by the way.
Yeah, he's investing a lot into killing
I didn't know about this move.
Nah, Hawk is really getting better in this game. 2 upgrades as well. Warchief has the same, and the Dragonhawks are still invis. Does he know about them? The thing is, Warchief is at 100 supply the entire time. He only gets 4 gold per worker in the mine, or did he send them away? No, he didn't. He's fully mining the entire time, even though he doesn't really need it. He could pull off the so-called move to just pull the wisps out of the mine to get a better value, and maybe for the later game have some gold. Weird kind of knives.
You see the first Chimera, but he doesn't want to quite get in. And now there's no blink. Is he going to be forced into a TP here? No, that would be crazy.
Oh, Hippogriffs, nice transition from Warchief into fighting these Dragonhawks. He needs a lot more Hawks if he wants to fight this. I think he can't do that really.
I don't know. These towers, he can always kite back to them. The Paladin is coming in now as well. I think Hawk has secured this position.
And that is so important because he secured the position at the shop.
Yeah.
Warchief really doesn't have a chance to get a Tome of Retraining or more invulns or more heal scrolls. So what can Chief do now? Warchief
felt he had to break this expansion. He had to break this position. He couldn't let it be fortified, but now it is. And now he's like, crap.
You know what?
Do I go in there? Now he's losing so much gold from the high upkeep.
You know what this is reminding me of?
What?
Moon versus Yumiko.
Oh my god.
The draw.
Yeah.
In, what was it? Robam, right? Yeah, it was Robam. The incredible draw after 1 hour between 2 of the greatest players in the world. Will we see the same here? He's trying to find to find an angle to attack. Doesn't pick up the Paladin. That was nice. He needs some healing, definitely. Oh, Corrosive Breath. That is cool. The Dragonhawks tried to find a better position here, but oh, Invis expires. Or was this one? I'm not too sure. Hawk has to give up this position immediately.
God, the damage! The damage from the Chimeras finding so many kills, and now all of these towers are 25 experience, and they're even more because it's level tier 3 for the Warden, and she gets her level 6. Doesn't even hesitate, immediately Avatar of Vengeance. This army was just too strong. 3-3 upgrades with Roar. The damage output was just crazy.
He's gonna lose one bear though to the tower, and he reclaims the shop. He didn't use a single item.
He's still in high upkeep, man.
Yeah.
He broke through an army and like 8 towers, and he didn't even lose 20 supply.
Hawk didn't use his heal scrolls, so he has still 4 of them remaining, 2 involts as well. But he needs more units, and he doesn't have lumber. He's going for more Dragonhawks, but I think it's just impossible to counter the massive hippogriff that Warchief can just spit out. And with Corruptive Breath and 3-3 tech Chimeras, he's melting through the buildings.
Fairy Dragons in here as well. I thought this game might be turning into Hawk's favor with that nice position, but now it is just such an incredibly strong army. It looks like the perfect army, honestly, and it's looking unbeatable as well. The damage on the keep, he doesn't even care about the army. Jesus Christ, it just melts away. Goodbye, expansion.
Fan of Knives is helping as well. Level 7, GG by Hawk. 19 minutes, man, and yeah, you mentioned it. Was there ever a threat to Warchief in this game?
I think there was this one point where all the towers come up at the merchant, and it's like, oh, that looks like a pretty damn good fighting position. And Warchief was at 100 supply, pretty quick, but he was hesitant. Do I go in there? Is that a good idea? Running into 6 guard towers, that could cost me a lot. But then, a few minutes later, he takes another angle, and he's like, yeah, whatever. Roar on everything, 3-3 on everything, run in there, and just splattered everything to bits. Level 6 Warden. There was like 3 minutes where I was like, oh yeah, okay, Hawk, you got something here. You can maybe get something going. But turned out, no.
Do you think the Dragonhawks can work against this? Like, it's so easy for the Night Elf to throw hippogriffs at you.
Yeah.
And there's no real counter to them if there's no panda or something. And even that is not the perfect counter to that, I feel.
I don't know. It really didn't look like Dragonhawks can work. Because, as you said, you need to get rid of the hippos, you need to shackle the hippos and the chimeras. If you do either, only one of them, it's not going to be good enough.
And you can't really keep up with the amount of hippogriffs.
I think one thing that Infi and TH showed us, the way you deal with a warden is attack before level 5.
Yeah.
Pressure a hell of a lot.
Yeah.
And I think maybe Warchief's style is a little too slow in this matchup, at least against the warden.
To see about that. Terina's Stand is the next map, and that is also, together with Echo Owls, one of the best maps for the Warden. Hawk, of course, knows how strong Warchief can be with a Demon Hunter, but will this result in the same outcome than we saw on the first map?
I think this map, though, has one big reason why it can go a totally different way, and that is there's 2 more gold mines here.
Yeah.
So that means human can go for another gold mine, and that opens up a whole new array of strategies. Tier 3, Griffins, Knights, maybe tanks, triple hero, of course. Well, we saw Tier 3 on map number 1, but we didn't really see the great effect of it. I think if Hawk sees a Warden again, and it's pretty likely, to be honest, he needs to put on some more pressure. Don't let Rich dictate the game so much. For example, maybe send out 1 footman towards the Night of Expansion, scout there if there is a Night of Expansion coming up, by a staff before on your Archmage, and if there is, staff onto the footman and cancel the expo. And in the meantime, have your berserkers, your mercenaries, and your other footmen at your expansion to defend. That was a cool move we saw from Infi in the WCA, China versus Korea. Don't use everything, the bulk of your army in one group, but split them up a bit. Because the Night of Expansion, when it's coming up, is extremely easy to cancel.
It's true. I remember a game, it was again in the Jera Cup, Hawk versus Lawlight. And if you're not familiar with Korean Warcraft or the Warcraft in the world, Lawlight is the inventor of this Warden play that we see nowadays, and he's the strongest Warden player by far. And Hawk made it work to kill him here at Terina's Stand, where the Warden is really strong, without tanks, without gyrocopters, with Mass Tier 3 and with Griffins, I feel. This was also a very, very nice adjustment. And I felt, okay, this is the strategy that cracks the Warden play that we see nowadays. Will he be able to use it against Warchief? Did the Night Elves overcome this new strategy of the humans already? We'll see about that.
I think it's really tough to find a perfect solution against the Warden. The one that I was mentioning that Infi and TH applied successfully for quite a while was the heavy pressure. But if you want to go for a later game, Tier 3, strong heroes, then you have to contest the level 6 plus Warden.
Yeah.
If you go for the late game, there's no way the Warden is going to be below level 6. And it has looked almost impossible dealing with the level 6 Warden. And if you want to be able to do so, you need your MK level 3, your Paladin level 3. But getting them there when the Warden is already level 5, that's going to be so tough to find the space on the map. Twisted Meadows, there you might have an easy time. I mean, Tyrannus, it's not really small, but it's not really big either.
Yeah, and there's lots of small creep spots, but not too many big ones. So usually only your natural. I don't know if it's so good to creep up the triple hero of a human. But of course you can't really keep the Warden below level 5, 6. I don't know, it's so hard from a human perspective to think about a counter to this. If it's so well executed, like Warchief or Lorliot do it.
I know last year in Gamescom I talked quite a bit with all of the players, and we also talked about the map specifically, and Rich said on Tyrannus usually he likes to go for the natural creep with the Ancient of War, because if the human decides to go for a fast expansion, then he has already crept his natural to counter expand. But that also provides him with a weakness, and that is if the natural is being scouted, the natural creep of the Ancient of War is being scouted, then the human can decide to run down there, and if it's being crept, then he can harass. If it's not being crept, if the Night Elf is scared of the human attacking, then the militia can be used to expand down there. So that is a really cool way Tyrannus is functioning. You can just run down there as the human and then can decide what you want to do depending on what you can scout. And seems like Warchief has adjusted his play. He no longer goes for the natural creep first, but plays it more safely, going for the laboratory. This of course means he doesn't need wisps to repair. This means the tech is faster, but this also means if Hawk expands, and that is definitely what we have to expect, it might be pretty hard for Rich to find a place to expand here.
Oh, this is not a Warden, this is a Demon Hunter. If he counters this with a Mountain King, that could have been disastrous for Hawk. If he wants to, well, there's the chance to blind counter a Warden with a Mountain King. But if the Night Elf player goes then for a Demon Hunter, he burns the MK over and over and over and over again. So it's just a big footman that can't really do anything but bash from time to time. Hawk decided to go for his best friend, most likely the Archmage. The Mountain King first meta is kind of out, I think.
Yeah, doesn't want to go for the gamble.
I'm curious if we're going to see a second Engine of War here. So you can creep the Merc Camp real fast and then use it to creep this one as well and counter expand here. We see this quite often, but I don't know if Warchief is the guy to do so.
Yeah, I think there should be a second Ancient of War creep at some point, a new Ancient of War being set up somewhere, because you just get so much value from that. As you say, either you get access to the mercenary camp or you get access to your natural. And if you want to harass the human especially, the Shadow Priest would be very, very valuable. But yeah, Tyrannus Stand, another map where level 3 is very easily achieved with Ancient of War. You can pretty much take out 4 creep cannons right next to your base and boom, you're level 3, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Footman scouting here for Warchief, trying to see what's up. Maybe there's a Hunter's Hall somewhere, maybe there's going to be Huntress pressure, but no such thing just now.
No, but he has the information that he's facing a Demon Hunter now, that he didn't have before. And now he can adjust. Okay, I don't face the Warden. I don't really have to pressure that hard. I can use things a little. I can do things a little slower, and that's what he does. Going for the Merc camp before the expansion. Demon Hunter is coming in. Warchief usually not a type for immolation, but maybe this is his chance.
No, this might be a very good opportunity indeed. Let's see, he's coming in here. Usually without immolation, he can't hope to accomplish too much here. Is he going for the Cloak of Flames? He's positioning himself perfectly for it, but no, he doesn't turn it on, he doesn't have it.
I don't see any misses coming out here, but yeah, he's contesting the Taskmaster. Can't mana burn him, of course. So this should be a good situation for Hawk here. Shadow Priest on his side to get some healing. Militia is still alive. This would be a feast for a Warden right now. But he gets the Taskmaster, gets the greater mana potion, very nice.
And he does the little wisp trick here for pulling new mercenaries. Ooh, it was a little... It wasn't perfectly done, takes a bit of damage, but the Moonless should get rid of that fairly quickly. So, I don't know, what was that little move there? He tried to do some damage, but it really didn't accomplish too much at all.
True, and now Hawk has the level 3 that he so desires. Has a nice inventory with double gloves of haste and mantle of intelligence, and of course the potion of greater mana. So, expansion play will work, I think. Warchief not going for the second engine of war. There's a Hunter's Hall here now because he's teching already. Wouldn't play this one base, it's very rare.
He might be going for some quick panda pressure towards the expansion and with a level 3 Demon Hunter ideally. We have also seen this do a lot of damage to humans. And here comes the Archmage. Water Elemental, are there going to be 2 dispels? Yep, thank you very much for the free experience. And now going for the Footman at the same time. He has the Boots of Speed, the pick-up potential, the chase potential is there, but taking a lot of damage. And now we see the misses coming out, so it is evasion.
It is evasion indeed. Expansion for Hawk is coming, but where? Well, where is the Town Hall?
He's waiting for the resources, now he has them.
Defense is coming against the Berserker. I like that. This is definitely faster than the defense we saw from Hawk versus Shaddai.
A little bit slow though, Rich is with the creeping. He could have, like, we remember, he went towards the Merc camp and didn't really get anything. If he had just used that time to keep on creeping, he would have been level 3 like a minute sooner, and maybe then could have been able to pressure the expansion right as it was being set up. And here's the Panda, and that is the tier 2 Panda Res. He's going to try to deal as much damage constantly to this human army and expansion, and buy time for his bears.
Must be on the way to tier 3, I feel. No, he's rebuilding Wisp. Okay, he gets the lores first. Here we go. How much damage can he do? The Breath of Fire, of course, on level 1 is not ideal. But here comes the Militia. He pulled them very early on, so a nice timing from Hawk. He knew about this and reacted perfectly.
Have to run back though now, and that's a long way. This delays his tier 2 most likely by a lot.
Ah, true. He doesn't have the lumber that he needs.
Players like Yumiko and TH like to basically get no towers at all, but just masses of footmen. Crazy masses of footmen, like 9. They just cost gold, no lumber. That means your tech shouldn't be delayed too much. Agent of War has repositioned to creep the natural. The Panda should get level 2 from this. And if he's lucky, a ton of experience and a nice item as well. But now the humans coming in. Greater mana potion already being used to get to contest this creep camp. And I like this move. Oh, the Demon Hunter has the Boots of Speed. Let's get away.
But he takes a lot of damage quite frequently. This is also, well, kind of unusual. Hawk's army is nice, another lightning shield, but of course you can't go in the army of Warchief. Takes too much damage. Yeah, expansion is up. Expansion is fairly safe. His tier 2 tech started. Lumber mill immediately, but of course he's far away. Warchief is still on tier 2.
Has the resources now for tier 3, but yeah, he doesn't really deal too much damage here. Panda now in trouble, but here come the first few drives, and now the chase and pick-off potential is really big. Water Elementals being dispelled as well. Oh, the Archmage still has a bit of health to work with. Does he have the Boots of Speed actually? He doesn't, so he does need to be a little bit careful, and the Demon Hunter is having the time of his life right now. He's not unkillable, but he's very tanky and does a lot of damage as well. Finding 2 Shadow Priest kills and the Berserker as well. And now what's left here? Mud Golem joining the battlefield. Gets the slow on the Panda.
Yeah, but there's no damage anymore to follow this up, man. He lost so much Warchief with incredible pickups right at the when the Dryads joined. This is really strong, and he knows his opponent is like 10 seconds away, but he starts one of the biggest creep spots, if not the biggest, on this very map at his natural. Will this be overcommitment or not? He gets the Renegade with a zombie mask for the Pendant Brewmaster, one of the best items that he could get.
He's 2.5, man. He's level 2.5.
He didn't creep too much. Just pickups here and there. Tier 3 tech finally has been started, 1/3 through. The shop is quite late. Is this only one engine of lore, by the way? Ah, there's the second one, alright. Shredder is coming in for Hawk. Tier 2 tech, 2/3 done. Masonry upgrade is coming. It's not too many towers.
He's really afraid. He's really afraid of the pressure coming in. And that's, of course, these 5 towers are going to delay his 70 supply timing by a lot if he wants to go for something like this. This looks like kind of the story of this game to me. Hawk is afraid.
Yeah, and he really shouldn't be after this early game.
And that one engagement there when the Dryad started to hit the battle.
Yeah, that was of course super bad. But before that, I mean, the engagement here at the Merc camp, where Warchief didn't accomplish anything until that point where the Dryads turned the fray. This was more or less a perfect game for Hawk. The tech of Warchief is still late, I feel. The Dryads are damaged, so there's no mana anymore for another Water Elemental. Okay, there's no Dispel on this Shadow Priest.
But now with the towers coming up, this expansion is gonna be safe. Demon Hunter, low, does get away though. So I think cracking this is no longer an option, so Rich has to expand, I do believe, and isn't this too late? Tier 3 finishing for him right now. Bears coming in, rejuvenation obviously at the ready. Finally, he does clean out his expo, and the Wisp scouting the main for the second time now. Sees alright, your tier 2 is finished, so now he probably has a timing in his head how many minutes he has left before Hawk is going to be hitting.
I scan by Hawk to get information on the unit constellation here. There's no master training yet, it's coming now. Tier 3 is finished for the Night Elf, that means Orb of Venom. That means nice little damage boost to the Demon Hunter's right clicks. The Archmage didn't get an item in quite some time, but finally he's out on the map again. Double Arcane Sanctum here. The workshop, I don't see it. Most likely will be built here at the expansion again. Finally the Merc camp for Warchief. This is so late.
I'm starting to worry though for Warchief. Is he hoping to stem this tide that's gonna be hitting him soon with only one base economy? His heroes are pretty damn good. Level 4 Demon, level 3 Panda. But if he wants to win one base versus 2, I think he needs level 5 Panda, and that is not so easy to get.
Robe of the Magi, +6 on the Mountain King, who gets his first experience in this one as well. But for the creep check he's too late, but maybe with a Dryad slow, Warchief can do some damage. He is coming from the north. But so far, that's easy for him. 50 food for Warchief. For Hawk it is already 54. So it's not as bad for the Chief since he's in no upkeep.
Yeah, Rich would love to have an engagement right now. He knows he has the better army, has the map control right now, and of course Hawk can't fight, has to run. He's not at his critical mass yet. He's going to lose another Berserker here as well, but you can't stop the economy anymore. You can't kill the expansion anymore.
Oh,
Rich is going to be attacking the main base in fact.
There's an invitation of killing the lumber workers. 3 bears, 4 bears.
They do have master. This is a lot of damage. 4 siege bears. Do they have damage upgrades? No, they don't. And look at Hawk. He has 2 masonry upgrades. This is what he was afraid of. Being attacked into the main or expansion by bears.
Okay. What is his reaction? I think he's going for the main base here. No mortar teams though. It's going to take some time with the army that he has at the moment. Nice Breath of Fire. Fighting a lot of the peasants here. Next Breath of Fire is coming in and then he's going to kill them all. Will he get a quad kill? Oh, Hawk is aware of that and sends them away. Trading them. Very good awareness. The barracks is gonna die nevertheless, and here we go, floodgates are open.
And there's only 1 guard tower in here, man. That is, 2. Well, still not enough. Not enough at any rate. In the main base, the Knight was being attacked, but it's only footmen and casters. Alright, he's gonna lose an Ancient of Lore, but he's gladly gonna be trading that for a keep. I think Hog is going to be forced back here, and if he comes back, can he even win a fight? This looked like Hog's game to take, but it seems like no matter what Rich does this game, it seems to work out. Alright, the TP comes in, mass repair as well, Breath of Fire killing 3 peasants again. He can't get rid of this army, there's no way. The main is gonna fall. Is Rich gonna stay to fight?
Well, there is some guys that can block here, so it's okay-ish for Hawk, I feel. But where's the damage coming from? No mortar teams, no blizzard. The Mountain King is still level 2, so no mighty hammer. But he gets out there, 62. He's heavily supply stuck in a situation where he really needs the mortar teams as soon as possible.
And now he has so few resources. He's in upkeep, and he has to power build the main, which is so expensive.
And he has to get the peasants here because they're all dead.
And also that was his tier 2 building.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Imagine if he loses the Sanctums now, his expansion. That would be a beautiful move by Rich, attacking the tier 2 facilities now at the Expo.
Archmage finally level 4. Demon Hunter has been there for quite some time, level 4.3. Mana potion for the panda. He knows I need a lot of fire to kill a lot of peasants. A little roast is coming in. And Hawk, it looked so good for him. All the seriousness between those two players are so freaking tight. But here today, Warchief seems to be...
He just has his number, man.
Yeah.
It seems almost the way this game is turning out, not only this game, but the series, it seems like almost Hawk has a mental block. Like, no matter what he does, nothing works, and for Rich, it's just his day, man. Everything is working out. Game number 1, the Warden was never scared. This is a good position, though, for Hawk, but this is not a strong army. Lots of footprints still in here.
Stormbolt on the Demon Hunter. There's no potion, no nothing. Maybe he's forced into a town portal. Is there a staff? Nope. There is. Okay, there's a staff on the Demon Hunter, actually. So, he gets a few kills here. Nice Breath of Fire on the last second of the fight, but... yeah, Hawk finding a good position, and that is what he needs throughout the rest of the game.
Look at this, the natural from the human. Yeah, that was being attacked. That was an expansion. Or was it Angel of War? I'm not sure.
Ballsy move by Warchief.
Alright, the main
is up again.
But he's still at just barely above 50. No bank to speak of.
Yeah, but did you see what kind of a difference these mortar teams made? There was a good amount of damage, but it's gonna be 4 bears. It's not too much. He still has the archers. He tends to do this. I mean, they're useless. You can get a bear for that and still be at 53. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Of course, he lost the Engine of Lore.
Yep. But he doesn't really feel the need to mass produce right now. He knows the human is in a very tough spot economically. He was anyways. Now he has 2 gold mines running again. And Hawk hitting already now with only 57 wisps, by the way, very nicely. Scouting this, seeing it coming. And the Demon Hunter, I think, is going to be hitting level 5.
Yeah, that's it. 1 more kill, and then he has it. The Mountain King is buying another scroll of healing, not a town portal.
And no invul.
And no invul. He is not able to engage this. Warchief is breaking upkeep. So this is where Hawk really shines now in terms of... economy. Before that, it wasn't that bad. Now he has twice the income.
This looked like kind of a fake go, trying to scare Warchief into upkeep, and it worked.
It worked.
But now with Warchief getting this big army, by the way, does he have damage upgrades? 1-0 only this time. And we remember the main base has been ripped open and might be a target once again.
1-1 for the Breakers, which is not that bad. You need them to stay in the fight for a long ass time.
Only 1 breaker though, right? Only a single one.
Yeah, that is really, really bad.
Alright, where does Rich go? He has been on 1 gold mine against 2 for a long time, but he has maneuvered so well across the map. He has dealt so much damage, and again, the Wisp scouting the movement of Hawk coming in from the south. Demon Hunter is going in solo towards the main, probably has a staff teleportation to come back with. He doesn't actually. Oh, is this maybe a mistake? There are mortar teams here, so the structural damage is significant.
Okay, the question is, when will we see that? Here comes Hawk. Wants to get rid of those lures again. Mortar teams need to find a good position. The Demon Hunter... where is he?
He's stepping in. He just came in.
Okay.
Oh, eating the bolt immediately.
Yeah, gets a lot of damage done. The Dryads are attacked by the mortar teams as well. Good position for the human. Maybe he's able to fight back Demon Hunter with an anti-magic potion, but still the staff is on him.
Repositioning though, he's getting out of the fight, but now he's gone. Panda in jeopardy, being focused, half HP, only mana burn coming in again, no more bolts. This scroll of healing up a bit, but the heroes, man, of Warchief in quite a bit of trouble. But now the front line is disappearing, Shredder falling, Water Elementals falling, one after the other, and only now the first bear being not killed, actually being saved by the staff. Breath doesn't really hit too much. The heroes are not the carries, but the bears are. Where's the damage to get rid of those?
Oh, Bash! Can he get the Demon Hunter? He's not too far away from a Stormbolt. Then another Bash! And can he get it? He gets the Demon Hunter! Incredible! The staff swap wasn't possible anymore. He was too fast, and he didn't even use the Stormbolt. So Panda, be careful.
Oh man, and now slow. The Panda!
I told you be careful!
No!
Listen to me or you lose the game. My God,
Jesus.
Hawk! Absolutely. Yeah, was it incredible of Hawk or was it just a mistake of Warchief?
It was a big mistake by Warchief. I think he just became too overconfident. He thought he was in such a good position this game. He had a fantastic early and mid game, and he was like, yeah, whatever, I can win the fight easy. I got a level 5 Demon Hunter, level 4 Panda on his way to level 5 as well. I don't need a TP. I don't need a heals, an invul. Turned out he really did. Hawk finding a very nice fight there though, positioning his casters and mortar teams really well, like behind the trees where the bears have to awkwardly walk around. I mean, they did connect in the end, but it took a long time. A time that was used to get the heroes low, get rid of many of the dryads, and then really smack down those heroes. I think the one big mistake was the first bear that almost died, he staffed that one. He didn't save the staff. And after that staff was on cooldown, then the Demon Hunter died, and of course the Panda followed suit really quickly after.
Hoo-hoo, this is turning into the series that we really wanted. We have the decider once again. One map away from the playoffs are both players. And there's a slight advantage if you end up top of the group here, as I heard in the chat before the game. Whoever wins this will most likely dodge Foggy.
Yep, the first place, it's not really first place, but the guy coming through the upper bracket for the spot is going to be playing the second place of group, what is group is Foggy in?
D.
Group D.
So it's
I wrote it down somewhere. So it should be a bit of an advantage, yes.
Yeah, well, your opponent will be Yaws or Sheik or Cash, so it's not really easy. It's like...
or it might be Foggy, I mean, it's not...
Yeah, of course, possible. It's, yeah, it could be possible that it's Foggy, for sure. Yaws has the potential to kill him off. So, I think whoever faces whoever, it's just a hard matchup to get. Like,
yeah.
You have to face Cash, Yaws, or Foggy, and that's really hard.
Now, if you're Hawk here, though...
Or Sheik, of course.
I guess out of the 4 in that group, Foggy is the most likely. So maybe Hawk would like to really win this game to hopefully not go up against Night Elf. As we know, that is the matchup he likes the least.
I would love to see a human mirror between Hawk and Yaws, by the way. That would be something rarely seen.
Yeah, man, especially in Gerald Cups.
Yeah, since Yaws doesn't play these cups, we rarely see human mirrors.
Yeah. So we're taking a bit of time here for the setup of the next map. We'll be getting underway soon, guys. We have a lot of Warcraft coming up these next couple of days. If you haven't heard already, we've been casting WCA China vs Korea Clan War and the GCS quite a bit the last few weeks, and we've been talking about this WCA EU qualifier, the one right now, for quite a bit. So we've been looking forward to this for a long time, and hopefully you have too. We have 9 days here in Hamburg coming from this studio for the qualifier. We have 4 days of group stages, so that's today and the 3 days after. Then we have a 1-day break, and then we have 3 more days for the playoffs to determine which 2 players from Europe will be able to go to China, to Yinchuan later this year for the for the 10 best players in the world to be fighting over the crown of Warcraft. Last year, Yaws came incredibly close with a beautiful story of his, making it all the way to the final against Fly and just barely missing it. But history was made, and hopefully we're going to have such a beautiful tournament again in Yinchuan in December this year.
Yeah, we have 1-0 already qualified. We have Lawlight and Lin qualified. And yeah, in just a few days, we have 2 more participants to that list. But let's take a look into the bracket here of Group A. Okay, this is better, I guess. Hawk and Warchief are fighting out the first slot. You see it here. This is the winner bracket final. The winner advances to the playoffs. The loser will drop down into the loser bracket final, fighting either Shaddai or Thomas G. And Hawk, of course, does not want to fight another Night Elf, but Thomas G is something else. We don't have the next map hosted, by the way. I don't really know what is up.
I know, maybe short break. I'm gonna ask. Both players are still in the lobby, so we're not missing anything.
Yeah, Hawk and Warchief.
So,
Yeah.
out of this matchup, I'm really. Would you say the game we just saw was a throw?
Yeah.
Really?
I really don't understand Warchief's decisions here in this game. First, why are you staying on one base if you really don't have to on this map? Second, why are you moving with your Demon Hunter into the Merc camp if you have no immolation, or if you're not willing to use immolation?
Yeah.
That was really strange. I don't want to say dumb, because there must be a reason behind this. Maybe you wanted to steal something, or there was some planning behind this. And then why do you attack? And why don't you keep your heroes safer? I mean, that was pretty obvious that there's a Stormbolt coming.
Yeah, maybe.
It was super unlucky with the bashes, obviously.
I think he would have still died though. That was slow, and he had no more Dryads to get rid of the slow.
Yeah, there was a staff on the Demon Hunter.
Yeah, but it wasn't cooldown.
Oh, really?
He staffed the bear before.
30
seconds,
we
maybe it would have
before.
been close. I think he just got overconfident. If he has a TP and an invul, then maybe he can win this fight. But yeah, he splits his army with the demon. He's like, you know what, I'm going to pull some fancy moves here. I'm going to harass your peasants, and my panda holds solo. But the big human army, man, is kind of scary. As, of course, Tillerman told us.
To that. The next map is going to be Amazonia, Warchief's playground. And yeah. Do you think this is good for any of the players, this map?
I've seen it be more successful recently for human, I feel. The expansion is not that easy to take for the human. By the way, this is a great map for immolation. But yes. I don't know if it's really Warchief's cup of tea. But also, the opposing expansion is really close. From your expo, the gold mine, towards the Night Elves is really close. Yeah. Canceling that easy. Also, Zeppelin harass. Super likely, super easy. Again, the close distances. Getting the timing right here for the expansion for the Night Elf oftentimes doesn't seem to be too easy. And this is, by the way, the #1 most favored map by Infi for his tier 3 style, where it most of the time works. This is where he was able to take one game off Lawlight, but later on he still lost. We saw Hawk in map #1 trying to dabble in that tier 3 kind of style. Didn't really work, didn't really look too impressive. It honestly looked like it did nothing, because the mortar teams didn't get to shoot, they just exploded against the Chimeras.
Really?
But the thing is here, that is not Echo Isles. You can't get the expansion equipped as Night Elf so easily. You can't use your Ancient of War right after the Merc camp to counter-expand immediately. So the Human Expo will be much faster here. Yeah. And obviously also it's a terrible Warden map. It's going to be almost 100% Demon Hunter.
That's true. I have some statistics, by the way, on Hawk versus Warchief, and it shows why Hawk might be so afraid of this matchup, and especially against Warchief. In maps, Warchief is ahead 24-16. In series is 10-5. So out of 3 games, Warchief wins 2 of this. This is really, really strong. They faced each other 15 times in competitions. Only in Jera Cups, by the way, not in big qualifiers. Fairly interesting.
Here it's happening, though.
Here it's
finally
happening. But yeah, in general, Hawk is only good against Ruden in Human versus Night Elf. Against all the others, he has a negative statistic.
Alright, so so his fear against Night Elf is definitely well founded.
Yeah.
But he can overcome his mental block. We just saw it on Tyrannus. It does take a few mistakes from Rich, But we see it is not the in the zone Rich, the unbeatable Rich, the Matrix Neo Rich. He's not there just yet. I was asking this against Thomas G before. Is he on top of his game? He was looking very strong against Thomas G, but I think the 2 games we saw so far, he's looking strong, yeah, but there's still a few, you know, issues to work. Not issues, but a few things that could be perfected slightly.
Yeah, I'd agree. So 1 more minute, and then we go on. So tomorrow we have Group B. We have like 4 days of Warcraft straight after. We have Sonic, Ruden, the German WAN, and Atheist P from Serbia. So 2 Night Elves, 1 Undead, and 1 human player.
And just looking at the names and how well they've done over the last, let's say, 2 years, recent history of Warcraft, that is 2 big underdogs against 2 big favorites.
Yeah.
But Juan has been making quite a name for himself in the ladder, very impressive stats. Of course, ladder is just ladder, I know. But especially the big thing here, I said before, today's big question mark for me was Thomas G.
Yeah.
He was playing okay, not too great though, in my mind. Tomorrow is going to be Rudan. He has been fairly inactive for quite a while. I haven't seen him in the Jera Cup final for a long time. He is not where he was last year.
Indeed. But yeah, we're going to cover that tomorrow then, I guess. On Saturday, we have a lot of stuff to cast, man. 8 o'clock once again, China versus Korea.
It's going to be fun, Neo. Getting up at 6, oh yeah.
Yeah, I know you like that, you know I don't.
I'm an absolute morning person. Neo is the absolute opposite of a morning person. And it always makes for a very fun morning.
Oh, well, today
for me, at least.
In good shape.
Yeah, I was very surprised. You got breakfast and a smile on your face and everything. It was beautiful.
So yeah, we have the WCA China versus Korea coming up, and it's the second last play day.
I forgot for a long time, and before I forget again, I have a few seconds here. By the way, guys, we're going to be giving out a t-shirt, and this is a special t-shirt. This has, I don't know if you can see it, it is white on black. This has a lot of signatures on it.
I can't read it, unfortunately.
I'm going to get a little closer. You can't really see it too well, but it's, well, the lighting isn't perfect in here, but I promise you, there's a lot of signatures in here. There's HLA. There is Sky, there is Moon, there's Lorelei, there's also idiots like Neo and Remo, there is Yaws, there's basically everyone there. We collected all these signatures at last year's WCA in Yinchuan, and I've had this at home for a long time, not knowing when the right opportunity would be to raffle it out, and it is here in Hamburg. On Wednesday we're going to be giving it out, 1 day before our casting ends. So look forward to that. Just a little tease. But now we continue with the winners final.
Yeah, I like the order where you presented the names. It's Hate, Love, Anger, the best in the world, and then Sky and Moon, some scraps. Like, you know. But this is it, everybody. The final game of this very series. 1 player will make it into the playoffs already. 1 has to go the hard way through the loser bracket versus either Thomas G or Shaddai. Amazonia. It is. Hawk spawning in the upper right, WarchiefRich in the upper left. And oh, he's pulling the creeps! He's pulling the creeps already, and the Engine of War is under attack. Can he pull the aggro back?
Usually this is first class material, like elementary school, I mean, for every Night Elf. And yeah, Wisp was able to pull it away. Engine of War won't be cancelled, but you know, takes a little bit of damage. That means it's gonna be needing a little bit of repair, cost a little bit of lumber, delays the tech a little bit. It's only a few seconds here, but this is the highest level of Warcraft. A few seconds might just make the difference.
We have, once again, the Demon Hunter as the first hero. And of course he's starting with archers. Fairly easy to creep. I wonder how he pulls the lightning shield. Makes a big difference. If you can group up these 3 creeps and use the lightning shield, you're a lot faster. On the other side, this is of course going to be the same thing basically we saw against Shaddai, right? Doing this creep spot here and then going for the expansion most likely. Yeah. Or will he surprise us with a rifle push? We know Hawk has been doing this here and there. He was one of the best rifle players back then when it was kind of the meta game.
Yeah, I don't know though.
Maybe just for surprise. In tournaments like this, in big tournaments like this, I think the surprise factor is one of the biggest.
If this was Yaws, I could definitely see it. Yaws loves the mental game. Yaws loves to mess with his opponent's head. but I think Hawk is a little bit more standard. In the games that matter, I think he's more gonna go for what he practiced, what he is, you know, what's tried and true, the thing he's been doing for a long time where he knows all the steps. I don't think that he's gonna be going for a surprise move like that.
Okay. This is
the dream!
Really nice inventory, circuit of nobility, and the slippers of agility. +5 damage immediately. On the other side, we have Mantle of Intelligence, which is also nice for Hawk. The Ring of Protection, not so much, but it's still okay. We have a tech here. Yes, the tech has been started for Warchief. But the thing is, immolation or not? We were asking us the same question on TS. There it was evasion, which makes sense in retrospective. But here on AZ, you can do so much damage. And what the hell is Hawk doing?
Maybe he's scouting for wisps. Usually I like to park their wisps over there to detonate onto the water elementals when the expansion is being taken. Is this gonna be one base? Is it actually gonna? It is.
Wow.
Neostradamus.
When will Warchief scout? Well, he must be aware that this is happening because the Archmage is so far away from the natural expansion position. And he gets an archer here, most likely.
Wait. Well, it's juicy. All right.
This is really surprising.
This is Rifleman. I don't think I have ever seen a tier 2 expansion against Night Elf, so this must be Rifleman. Hawk reverting back to his old style, and it turns out you're right, I'm wrong. And
I told you he's been practicing with Imperius for this.
In the decider, he's gonna go for the one base again. As you said, it is not the meta anymore, it is not the standard anymore. But Rich has been facing this a lot in the past. Does he still have the answers? Does he still know which steps to take?
Second slippers, +8 damage. The dream drops for WarchiefRich. This is absolutely incredible. On the other side, Cloak of Shadows. Not that bad, maybe, versus the heavy-hitting Demon Hunter. There's the Blacksmith. So Rifleman confirmed. The reaction. Huntress Hall is in time. Some Night Elves have the curse of building their Huntress Hall too late, but he wasn't pressured that high, so he was totally focusing on this. The Engine of War is moving out. Is this?
And the Riflemen, they're going to take some time. It's not like the push is going to hit in like a minute. It's going to take longer. He's going to get a second hero. He's going to get Rifleman, long rifles upgrade. So Rich has time a little bit more. He's definitely going to be level 3. Question is he going to be Panda? Does he think he has the time? Or does he feel pressured into a Naga?
Naga takes a lot of damage from Rifleman and the opposing Naga, or whatever it's going to be. But most likely a Naga. So I would prefer a Panda, actually.
And that is one of the very good things for the Night Elf here on Amazonia. Level 3, very easy, and he does get the Naga. Actually, he doesn't feel pressured at all. It is the different, it's the other way around. He wants to pressure himself.
Yeah. Well, every single casualty that Hawk is taking now will slow down his push or will diminish the power of the push. Wow, nice potion.
Actually really good.
Yeah, the replenishment potion is fantastic to save some moon juice.
Is he gonna be speed teching to tier 3 Rich here behind this? Yo, very, very fast.
No shot though, right?
A town is
coming up now. Militia coming out as well. The Naga being pressured immediately. There's mana burn level 2, but there's no boots on the demon. But still, she's taking so much damage. Oh, the Cloak of Shadows actually being transferred. Very well done. And there's no Wisp at the Goblin Laboratory. A bit of an oversight from the British Night Elf player, missing on the first cold arrow. The second one hits, but the Demon Hunter does get away. Oh, bad movement. Is he going to be forced into a TP? I don't think so.
You cannot allow this guy to die, but he gets away. And yeah, as we were talking about, the Cloak of Shadows for the human paid off already. Taskmaster goes into the hands of Hawk. Sentry Wards, of course, nice. The archers are coming back in. The Naga is in problems, most likely. Nice little Sentry Ward position here. 2 Riflemen already. It's 0-0.
Demon Hunter flanking from the left. The Naga of Hawk has to be careful. Another mana burn. No water elementals for you. And the Cold Arrow plus Demon Hunter now coming towards the second hero again. Mana burn. Is it going to be enough for the kill? No. He doesn't even chase. He's like, whatever. I don't need the kill. She's out of the fight. And even if she comes back, she has basically no more mana. But the Rifleman, that would certainly be a nice pick. So with the Priest and the confidence from Rich, man. He's not fearing anything. Oh, now the Naga again in trouble. Everything's so low. Hawk has to run back to his main. Now Militia coming out though. Might be turning the tide.
Everything is hurt, man. A Scroll of Healing would be amazing. But he can't get it, of course, inside his own base. Mana burn. Potion being used. And now maybe a surround opportunity against the Demon Hunter. But he can't fight out. Once again, the Naga almost dead. Demon Hunter is dropping fairly low. But the +8 are paying off again. And this is the first kill for the Demon Hunter, slowing down everything by so much. And oh, the Archmage in problems as well, but the Demon Hunter is fighting out, losing a Dryad over this.
Honestly though, these items are so lucky for Rich.
Yeah.
They are working overtime.
43 food. What is... Yeah, okay, Warchief now with bears. Tier 3 is almost finished, and then in 35 seconds until Master Upgrade is done as well. It's so hard to fight with Riflemen against bears. I don't really know how he wants to do this, man.
Usually this was supposed to be his time. He was supposed to dictate the flow of the game before the master training hits, at least. And I think that's a really cool reason that it was really cool by Warchief to pick the Naga here. That just totally flips the momentum of this game. And you can see the confidence behind him. He's telling us right now, alright, game number 1, that was silly of me, that was a little bit of overconfidence, but yeah, whatever, I can give up a map, doesn't matter, I'm easily going to be able to take this. But now this is quite a bit of army for Hawk, with a lot of militia coming out, and Warchief has to respect this.
He still has no upgrades on the Rifleman, I don't really get this, usually this is standard to go for it. And the Demon Hunter once again hitting on the Naga, this must be so annoying.
There's no sorceresses.
He's not slowing anything down. This is really wrong. And he comes up with spell breakers before Sorks. There's only one Dryad to dispel, so I don't get this.
I would say that the slow is really good against the bears.
Yeah, some people prefer the sorcerers over the spell breakers, so they don't even start to build spell breakers.
Now getting a bear, oh, and another unfortunate end snare is going to possibly result in another nice pick-off. Demon Hunter coming in again though, with the Orb of Venom. He has so much damage right now, the damage onto the Footman, incredible. Next bear coming in as well, there is Reacher, but there's also a breaker to steal it. Militia coming out again, Footman being killed, but he wants to rotate them out of his army anyways. Hawk again being unsure if he wants to take this fight, it seems.
I think a heal score would really be good, but he can't afford it. He's back down to 49. And he's still playing this without slow. Okay, now he doesn't want to produce anything. He sends the militia back in, so this is Warchief's timing now. No support for Hawk.
Finally the first sorceress, but that's no way that she has enough slow for all of the units here. And the human heroes are dry on mana. The first breaker taking so much damage, and now the Archmage being the front line. That's not the way it's supposed to be. And there's no slow on these bears. It's so easy for them to catch up. Even Wisps coming in to get rid of the slow of the water elementals of anything. Nice Dryad Micro. He doesn't even let her die. And the Rifleman taking so much damage in the process has to use the TP because he can't kite with the slow. And he still loses the Rifleman. This is a disaster.
He really needs a different solution. Needs to come up with something else. But what? I mean, you're kind of out of options.
Yeah, I know what he's supposed to do, man.
He has no bank or anything. And the 5 bears, they're gonna shred everything on top of the Demon Hunter, obviously. Finally level 2 for the Naga, so Fork Lightning is available.
Yeah, but Fork Lightning level 1 is gonna tickle the bears only. Very, very tough spot for Hawk.
Yeah, he's caught between a rock and a hard place. What could be a solution to this? He can't go stubbornly more Rifleman casters, can he?
I don't know. Maybe try to secure the map for himself. Maybe try to take as many creeps as he can. Keep the Naga of Rich low. Keep her on level 2. Get your AM to level 4. The Naga, your own Naga to level 3. Maybe to level 4. and then try to trade favorably with your 70 supply riflemen. Focus out the bears, but that's so much to ask. I mean, Rich is not going to give you the opportunity, most likely. If he sees you're producing, he's going to produce himself to contest the map. And he's getting a lot of creeps already without even having to break up.
So, something that I can think of is like a lot of spell breakers and then go into Blizzard fast instead of water elementals. Both players with the devotion aura, by the way.
I don't think you can defeat the bears at all without a lot of sorceresses. No. Without slow, you are just set up to lose.
I think he either needs a lot of sorceresses or a lot of spell breakers.
A town is under siege.
At Blizzard then. He is a level 4 Archmage, man. This is quite strong already. And a level 3 Naga.
Players' forces are under attack.
So his heroes are good. They can hang. Yeah, Warchief. And Blizzard Fork Lightning. I think this could be... Well, these players might know better than me.
Hog is breaking upkeep. He wants to take up as much of the map as possible. Going for the red camp. Command order would be beautiful.
It's gonna take some time though. Well, he has 2-0. This is a good damage output, yeah. True.
The focus potential is certainly there.
Invoke potion on the Demon Hunter to make sure to not lose him. Yeah, there is no Mountain King, of course. Cloak of Flames. That's not what you want. For a Mountain King, this would be perfect for all these little intelligence heroes here. Not so much.
But I think this is a big supply advantage now for Hog, isn't it?
No,
never mind.
Not.
No,
it is
not at all.
Two bears are coming to join the fray. Maybe this is... Okay, there's 8 supply back there. Okay, slow is working. How much damage can he do? Fork Lightning into the casters, working on the... But he hits 2 archers, so he doesn't get the biggest value out of this Fork Lightning.
And this is one more thing about Amazonia, which also makes it hard for Night Elf against Orc in the late game. There's so much open space everywhere. There's basically no chokes on this map. And that's of course what bears love. One archer gets killed here, but that's not a real unit anymore anyways. Rich at 74 supply. Once he gets all of his forces together and has all of the bears available. Well, the good thing is the focus potential is very significant. But how does he get... How does he deal with all these raw bears, man? It's gonna be so much.
Yeah, that is the question. He needs Blizzard. I think there's no question about this now. 3 heal scrolls. That's of course nice. His opponent has 0.
Lots of Wisp being parked there. If they explode in the casters, that's going to be very beneficial to him.
Hawk with a 10 food disadvantage all of a sudden. Warchief pressed through to the 80. More militia support. Will he get the second red spot? Oh, he can't start this.
He has quite a few sorcerers, by the way. And there's barely any dryads, I think, for the spell. Oh, here the real fight might just come.
Yeah, militia support is coming in, but I don't know if you want these creeps against you. Mass militia this is. Okay, he starts this fight. I don't know why, but he starts this fight.
It's slow everywhere. The war is being stolen, but still lots remaining. First heal squad already used. Mass wisps coming in, but not really onto the casters, only onto the heroes. So the slow is starting to work. Nice micro from Warchief, dragging back the bears that are low. Second heal scroll has to come out. Another detonate. More mana drained. The first bear, I think, only now just fell. And soon there won't be any more kiting because he's running up against the edge of the map.
That's true, another bear is going down. There is no heal scroll, mind you, for Warchief. There's only one invul on the Demon Hunter, but he's pressing him against the wall. Ogre Mauler is a nice one to block, so maybe the Riflemen, if you reposition them, hide them behind there. Level 4 on the Naga, but what's it worth? He tries to fight in 62 versus 53. It's still this 10th food advantage, and now the Archmage, Invo Potion being popped on the Demon Hunter. He can do whatever he wants. Beast Mode enabled, heal scroll being used. There's nothing the Archmage can do. Mana burn. First hero dead, level 5 on the demon, and this looks like a success for the guy from the island, from the United Kingdom. There's basically nothing left for Hawk. His numbers are dwindling. This is over, and this is the win for Warchief, and this is the playoffs for Warchief.
All right, you read Hawk's mind. It was the rifleman push strategy, but Warchief's so ready, man. So ready. Gets the Naga immediately. He's like, you think you're strong right now? Think again. I have a level 3 Demon Hunter with double slippers and the circlet. Honestly, those drops made a big difference.
Yeah,
in
they
the early
really
game and in
turned the
mid-game.
tide of the game.
If he had had Boots of Speed as well, he would have been even more dominant, but he didn't even need him. He was able to chase off the Naga with those items so easily, and his own Naga, of course, providing slow as well. It seemed like Rich was in the driver's seat the entire time in that game, and that's not the way it's supposed to be. When you go for the rifleman strategy before master training, you are supposed to be the guy who dictates the flow of the game. Absolutely. Yeah. Kind of like org against talents before master. You're the guy that can bully your opponent around the map, but just the Naga pick and the level 3 demon turn all around.
And then usually you have like 2 bears when the fight starts, and you really want like 4 bears at the time, and that's kind of the key point in this game where the momentum shifts. But I really love this thought of Warchief to go with the Naga and his super strong Demon Hunter and just intercept Hawk's plans and throw him off his horse, literally. The Archmage, didn't die, but you know, that was so smart. And
we saw a few questionable moves from Warchief. He still played really well, don't get me wrong, but a few moves we were like, is that the best idea right now? Is that the best thing you can accomplish right now on the map? But Amazonia, it looked like he had the perfect script laid out. He's like, all right, as long as I do this, it was like an IKEA build. Oh, I do this and then, all right, really? easy cut gun.
Warchief and Amazonia, it's a big love story.
That's true. That's true.
So let's take a look into the bracket here. This is it. Oh, it's not updated. Wait a second.
I think, did we say this already? Warchief is in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Here we go. Warchief, our first player to advance into the playoffs. He was one of the big favorites here in Group A, along with Hawk, obviously. And the question was, who is going to be the stronger of these two? Is it going to be Mr. or Mrs. Jeracup? And it is Mr. Jeracup. And I think Hawk, this might bode pretty badly for him going forward, because more than anything, I think this is showing a bit of a mental block he is having currently against Night Elf.
Yeah, especially. Well, the one Jeracup final where he came back against Warchief, this should have released the nod that he had against Night Elf, but it really didn't.
Yeah.
And I wonder why. He was down 2-0 in that final, and he came back 3-0 against Warchief, who wasn't playing bad or didn't do any big mistakes. It was just Hawk being better that time. And so he knows he has the potential to do so. But still, very hard to say. So Hawk is waiting for his opponent here. It's either going to be Shaddai or Thomas G. And I think this game will come up very, very shortly.
And the winner of that, of course, will be facing Hawk then. Do we have a favorite for this one coming up? Shaddai versus Thomas G. Would you say, judging from today's performances, you would expect one of them to be the big favorite here?
Usually I'd say that Shaddai is the favorite because he's the more active player. But it looks like Thomas G has game plans.
I also think it comes down a lot to matchup favors, right? Like how comfortable does Shaddai feel with a matchup against Night Elf, and how does Thomas G feel with a matchup against Undead? I have to admit here, I don't know how much the two of them like those, and Neo, I'm putting you on the spot right now. Maybe you have some statistics from these two players against those races, but I know they don't participate in tournaments so much, so the data might not be too promising.
Well, for Shaddai, I think that the Night Elf players that he faces in the Jeracups are a little better, so it doesn't say a lot about the matchup itself. But he is 0-6 versus Warchief, 0-3 versus Rudin, 1-10 versus Sonic. So this is disastrous statistics.
Yeah, that's really bad.
Yeah, that's really bad indeed. Thomas G on the other side eliminated Shehi from the Open qualifier.
Of course, that's a very big point to bring up, yeah.
Exactly. And in Jeracup 63, he beat Sheik 1-0. So this seems to be a all right, at least for him. We're going to a small small break. We're going to be right back after a little break here with Shaddai versus Thomas G. Who's going to drop out?